What is up, all my bee people? Greg the Bee Guy here, and today we are going all quick reaction force on a bee call. So we got a call here from a local municipality that had a tree come down in the middle of the road, and they had their workers up there removing the tree from the road and found that there was a massive honeybee hive in this tree, and they couldn't get it off the road because they were getting all stung up. So they call Angry Bees Apiary. Brian is actually on his way out there now. He's about 10 minutes ahead of me. So this should be a good one. These bees are going to be cranky as hell. It's raining. I don't know if you can see on the windows of the truck, but it is raining out there a little bit. And you know, we talked about the ways to not get stung. You know, first off, their home was just busted wide open. Secondly, it's going to start raining on us here. But they need this tree gone today. So we're going to get the tree gone for them today. And so they can get it pushed off the road and they can get this road kind of back open. The road's open, but the tree is kind of hanging over the road a little bit. So we don't know what we're walking into. So this should be a really, really interesting one today. So stay with me. Greg and Brian will be seeing you here in about 10 minutes or so. LFG. All right, guys, so we're on site here, me and Brian. Brian, say hi.
Hi.
And we're at this tree we were talking about on the way in, and yeah, it's gonna be a doozy. So so if you can see, there's exposed comb. I'm actually not in a bee suit yet, so I gotta kind of watch myself because these guys we were told that there was a number of stings up here today when they were trying to push this tree off this road. And let me just kind of show you guys what happened. Yeah, I think so. So the tree fell across the road that way. They chopped it up, and yeah, they're already kind of bumping me and stuff. So I'm gonna get out of here. Oh yeah, I just got stung. So we're back. We already bailed once because the bees are not happy. So I tried to do an intro by the log without my bee suit on, and that didn't happen. You can already see that they're coming over here. So we're gonna smoke them real good, and we're just gonna start vacuuming them up, and we'll try to bring you guys along with the ride as much as we possibly can. Now, this log is kind of sitting on a cliff, so we got to be very, very careful here while we're doing this. But we're gonna go ahead and get everything fired up here, and we're gonna go ahead and rescue these girls.
Okay, we got one by this post.
Oh, I see it, yeah.
Got one there.
I see you, smoker. Let me just go. All right, guys. So we're here. I know I'm speaking over this vacuum, but I just want to show you a little bit of this hive here. Brian's in here vacuuming a little bit, but it's all down here, all in here. What a nightmare. We're going to try to do the best that we can here. Obviously, first thing we're going to try to do is knock some of these numbers down, but this is a massive, massive colony. And yeah, we're going to try to do the best. Here's some brood, exposed brood, so we're going to try to keep that. We're just going to do what we can. Brian's in there. We've already been stung a couple times through the suit. I got him on my bell. I can't even wipe the sweat off. So, yeah, this is a complete nightmare. It is starting to rain out here, so that's even going to make things better. Ow! Where are you getting stung, Brian? Your arm? And just so you guys can see, they're like all over the tripod. They're all over the camera. Yeah, and it's starting to rain, so we're going to do what we can. I don't know how much we're going to be able to do here, but we're going to do what we can. All right, guys, so it is hot, it is raining, and we are working on this tree. I know I got my bell on in the truck, but that's just because I'm just taking a 2-minute break. But they are mad as heck And I mean, we're getting to it, but it is it's definitely not for it's not for the faint of heart. There are a ton of bees, a ton of comb. It's just a complete disaster. And the way the tree split, like right at the hive, there's just comb everywhere. Yeah, this is going to be definitely one for the book. Yeah. Guys, if you like this kind of content, like and subscribe down below. It helps me out. Leave a comment, share, like, share, subscribe, comment. Get back at it. What is up, guys? Greg the Bee Guy here. We're just kind of pulling out of this tree that we just did. And I'm just all covered with crap. Stung a couple times, got stung twice through the suit. That's always fun. You know they really want you whenever you get it through the suit. I just want to give my final thoughts on first off, always have water. Make sure you guys, especially guys down south that are liking and subscribing, I love how you guys can do this in 100-degree temperatures, 90-degree temperatures. Hold on, Brian's telling me he just got stung again. Okay, so Brian got stung there again. So anyway, we're heading back to the apiary, which is only a couple minute drive from the tree. But so final thoughts on doing trees and stuff like this. As a beginning beekeeper, and I try to focus a lot of my content on beginners, because I know the mistakes that I made, and the things that I did as a beginner really would have helped me out if I would have known some of these things. But when people find out that you do bees, or you raise bees, or you have bees, or whatever it is, you're going to get people asking you to, hey, you're going to start getting calls for swarms, you're going to start getting calls for cutouts, and you're going to start getting calls for stuff like that we just did here, which is a fallen down tree. And the thing I'll say is, if you feel confident, go ahead and get at it, get after it. I mean, you're going to mess up a little bit. I would probably tell you, if you're going to try to do a cutout and you're a beginner, you really need to take somebody along, or go with somebody on a cutout that knows what they're doing, because now you're dealing with people's houses and roof lines and soffit and fascia and all that stuff. And even though as beekeepers, we normally have the homeowner take care of any reconstruction, you still feel bad whenever you break stuff. So, but a tree like this is one of those things. We've done 4 of them this year, and if it wasn't for the fact that we had a couple people after the first video that we did ask if we do any more to make sure we post it, I probably wouldn't do any more. I mean, we are helping out this municipality, so it gives us a little bit of good rep with them, but it's really not worth it. Now, we think we may have found the queen. I'm going to try to show her to you if we get back to the apiary here. We think we may have found her. It's so hard in a situation where there's so much honey everywhere and sawdust everywhere and all kind of other stuff. But yeah, so hopefully if we did, if not, there is a lot of brood in there, so we could start, they could start a new queen with brood. We could also give them a frame of brood. There's a lot of other ways to get past not having a queen. But we got a ton of bees. It was a pretty decent hive, and we're pretty happy with it. We were in and out of there in about 2 hours, and we actually stayed around a lot longer and tried to vacuum up a lot of the stragglers that we could vacuum up. But yeah, so all in all, a good day. We'll at least get a hive out of this no matter what, even if it's a situation where we have to give it another queen. So that's it for today, guys. We're going to go back to the apiary, set this up, and make it a hive. So anyway, thank you for staying with me. Like and subscribe down below. Send me some comments. I really enjoy a lot of your comments. Respond. I hope I can get to your comments all in a timely manner, but I do get a bunch of them, so I try to answer them as fast as I can. So thank you guys, I appreciate it. And as always, LFG, Greg the Bee Guy, and Brian, who is right ahead of me, signing off. Talk to you later.